So my name is Connor Mayeros. My company name is CM Audio, and I produce, engineer, and compose music. I guess my origin story, growing up, I always played Guitar Hero. One of my cousins showed me, Guitar Hero 3, and he put on Rage Against the Machine. It was Bulls on Parade. It was just like an easy song. As soon as I picked up that guitar, like the Guitar Hero guitar, and played, it was like something sparked. From there, I was like, man, I really want to learn how to play the songs that I'm playing in Guitar Hero on guitar. So I eventually got my first, it was called an Axe guitar. It was shitty. It was like $200. Went off from there. I was learning like everything that I could find. I was learning chords. But now, honestly, even more of origin, before I even started playing guitar, I was into metal. In 3rd grade, my friend Zach, he showed me Bullet for My Valentine, and I just was obsessed, and then learned guitar, and then wanted to play all the songs that I heard when I was a kid. So yeah, that's like how it got started. So I got my start in like bands, metal, actually taking it a little bit more seriously once while I was like in high school. First band that I had was with a couple buddies. We called it Outcrier. We had a couple songs. They were kind of good. They were kind of bad. It was a lot of like guitar pros back and forth and always changing the ideas and having 50 million ideas at once. Once we got into college, we wanted to take it a little bit more serious. And then I made a project that I'm most known for. It's called Pathogen. We went and worked with Matt G at Graphic Nature, but I think we were working at his house. Like, we recorded the drums in his living room, and it was awesome, dude. Recorded there, and then we recorded with Aaron Chaparian, and that was like really like the foundational start of like being in a band, actually producing music, like actually recording it, investing. From there, because I had that project and people were hearing about it around me, I then started working with the guys in Stargazer because they were looking for a guitar player, and more specifically a bass player. So I was filling the shoes for them on bass. I was writing music and recording for Pathogen. And then after that, Stargazer eventually, like after playing a bunch of shows, like it just kind of like fizzled out naturally. And Pathogen had released music at that time too. So I had released music that I was working on personally, and then I had band that I was kind of touring and off touring with, and that's just like essentially how my start into metal and actually investing in myself began. I think the moment for me that got me into producing, or even thinking that I could and really trying to pursue it, was during Pathogen recording, and we were in Aaron's basement. And just watching how much control and how much he could just leverage all these different parts of his brain to just make sound good. Like, I mean, as simple as if I was recording a guitar lead, he just knew which reverb to use to make it sound like how I heard it in my head. If we were messing with drum parts, he knew like the exact plugin to use to make it sound bigger or make it sound more punchy. And like when I look back on it now, I'm like, oh, well, it's compression, it's EQ, it's saturation. But like at that time, because I didn't know anything about it, I mean, I was happy to be there recording. I was like elated. That's the word I'm looking for. I was elated to be there recording, having fun with my buddies, but like also seeing that this producer guy that I'm right behind, he is just a master at what he's doing. But I was like, I want to be that fucking guy. Like, that is just so cool. And it was really just so inspiring watching him take his ideas and make them the way that I heard him in my head. I'm like, I just want to do that. First project that I recorded on my own, I would say that it was like some personal stuff, guitar pros that I had, and I was like, well, I kind of want to turn this into a song, and like, I want to make it legit. So it wasn't like necessarily for a band, it was more so for me just to prove that I could do it, like prove to myself that I could record, mix, and produce an entire song. And I think that song sounds like ass, but at the time it was a big deal. I was like, oh, I fucking did it. I think first real band that I like recorded and like actually did was my friend Tony. So he has this personal project that he wanted me to record guitar pros for. And he would just send me all the guitar pros. I would record everything, send them back, and then he would do whatever he wanted with them. So if he wanted to release it, if he wanted to, get another vocalist on his team, like that was up to him. But that was like the first real client recording experience I had. But the most recent recording experience to kind of tack onto that was with Rat God. Because Rat God, they're local. It's an EP, so there's a 3-song EP. So the first song, Alex sent me kind of like half produced. He had like the first riff, but then I recorded like the second half of the song. The second song on the EP, I recorded the whole thing. But then the last one, he did his full songwriting. So it was almost like first song we split, second song was me, third song was him. That was like my first experience actually working with a band that wanted me to fully mix and master, like take on the full production, and yeah, awesome, just super cool.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Metal Mitten. Today we got Connor. Uh, I'm gonna fuck this up. Marios,
It's Mayeros. Yep. The
Myris.
A and the E are silent.
Gotcha.
Mayeros.
I watched that interview. I mean, that introduction like 3 times earlier. I'm like, don't forget how to say the last name, and I still fucked it up.
Dude, I forgive you. I
Oh,
forgive you. It's okay.
good.
Man, this is good though. So it's probably been almost a month, I think, since our last show. And I told Sean like we were all kind of getting set up differently, and I'm like, man, I don't even know if my computer's gonna start up. I got like dust and cobwebs all around. So I'm glad to knock them off with you, Connor. This is it's gonna be a good
Nice.
one. I've been stoked on this. So
Sweet, dude. Me too. Ever since you reached out, I was like, man, like I'm just excited to hang out, share some knowledge, learn stuff from you guys, and just have a good time.
yeah, and we had already kind of had you know, knew of you through mutual friends too. So it works out full circle.
Yeah, we had
But yeah,
Kenny on, Kenny Stroh, and then we had Aaron Shapiran, and yeah, we that actually went into all kinds of different territories because then we started with Kenny, and then he talked us about Aaron, so we had that one with Aaron. Then he talked about this new Frail project he was working on with the band Frail, which led to us talking to them, and now you're in the next to the line of command, man.
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude.
and,
Hell yeah.
and I love it when it works out like that because sometimes like we don't talk about this a lot, but well, how we approach it is we just reach out and ask people on Instagram most of the time, and we always ask people like, hey, if you know someone that wants to be on the podcast, just let us know, and we'll get to them and ask. And we've had lots of luck. We've had lots of dead ends, but it's always awesome when it works out.
Sweet. Sweet. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that I could help it work out because
Fuck
I'm I'm
yeah.
I'm stoked to be here.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
feel like for me, and I think Sean and I, we've both said this, it's like the podcast to us, I want, Sean wants, I think it to be more, I want to talk about all the cool shit you're doing. I don't want to be, so what's your favorite ice cream? You know, what you I just
Chocolate, in case you were wondering.
right, there it
Oh
is,
yeah.
Sean. Interview's over. No.
All
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah, so just I always, even when I pitch to people, I'm like, it's more of a sit down with friends, and we try to maintain that even after the fact, and continue to talk to yourself and anybody else we have on the show, just because everybody's been so cool.
100%. 100%.
So we was kind of talking. So prior to like the intro and your introduction, we were talking about Aaron Shapiran and how you got inspired to get into audio production. And I was wondering if we could start a little bit before that and maybe work our way into Aaron, like when you started playing guitar and like maybe what you were doing before that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we think of where to even start. So like I guess we can skip ahead to when, I mean, I played my first guitar when I was like I would say like 10. And it really came from same as that like interview video. Like I was playing Guitar Hero with my cousin and I was like, man, like I kind of want to play guitar because the Guitar Hero notes, like I was on expert mode and it was like so much fun. We were both on expert mode. So like him and I, like me and my cousin, we were just kind of feeding off each other, like, oh man, can you play this on expert? Like, no, I can only do hard. Like, and it was always about like kind of bettering each other. But once we had gotten to that point, him and I kind of had that same what's the word? I guess like epiphany where we were like, our fingers are moving kind of fast. Like we could we could play guitar. Like, come on, it can't be like that hard. So I ended up, reaching out to my dad for lessons, picked up my first guitar. And, from the time that I had picked it up until I'd want to say like end of high school, I just like never put it down for a single day. Like I've played guitar every single day since I was 10. And I mean, there are times now, of course, where like I go days without playing it. But dude, I was just hooked, just immediately hooked, couldn't get enough of it, wanted to play and learn and cover every single song that I could ever think of. And it all started with like Bullet for My Valentine, Disturbed, Slipknot, Megadeth, Metallica, all the big guys in metal. And they always inspired me. So like it wasn't until I got like after high school where I started taking a dip into like, more like progressive metal and what really wasn't like gent at the time. I think it might have been considered that, like 2013 time ish. That's like when I heard my first Periphery song. So I'm like, man, like I just having played guitar for that long and then getting into progressive metal was almost like I thought I was good, but then I was reminded like, no, you're humble now. Like there's way more to metal and guitar and all this stuff than I had ever thought. And I got all of that from Periphery. And then they were kind of a stepping stone into, like more heavier stuff like, like deathcore and, like more really technical gen. And like I just could literally never get enough of that sound. And that's why I even got into producing and why I make the music that I make now from just literally years and years and years and years of listening to these bands and wanting to play them on guitar and then eventually finding my way into, producing and then, going up to Aaron. So that was kind of a long tangent, but that's kind of like the way that it made sense for me kind of growing up and getting into this stuff.
Yeah, that's lots of different styles of music too. That's like going from like metal, like new metal to metalcore to deathcore to like I would say like polyrhythmic gent and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, Periphery is one of those bands, along with like Meshuggah and After the Burial and Val and Maya and Bone of Osiris, and the list goes on and on. But yeah, like they all, I think that sound originates, at least like the rhythm, from Meshuggah. And I've always tried to tap into that. And like I've like written down like subdivisions and I can play it, but then like 3 days later, I can't play it.
Yeah.
It's
Dude, Meshuggah is very like even for me, like I've been playing for so long, Meshuggah is very, very, very challenging. They like their rhythms and their patterns just like they don't make sense. They
no,
just don't make sense and they don't stick. Even yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
wild. And I know some people just pick up the guitar and will like play them like nothing. And I'm just like sitting there like, what are you
yeah,
doing?
dude.
You
I
know,
feel
it's
you.
people are saying like I talk to people nowadays and they're like, oh well, you don't have bands hold on like bands did back in the 70s, 80s, 60s, right? And they're not putting like classics out, but Meshuggah is a band right there that has told that to be a lie because they've been putting music out since what, the early 90s
Yeah,
and
yeah.
man, and really held on to their sound like, if anything fine-tuned it and just improved, but I love the early stuff just as much as what they're doing now.
Me
Yeah,
too, dude. Yeah, 100%.
yeah. I've
So good.
always wanted to see them live. I still haven't. They came here recently with Cannibal Corpse. That would have been sick, but I missed that one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Who,
Uh,
who else was that? Was it like
Last year was
Flesh God Apocalypse with him or something? Maybe I don't
Oh,
know.
that sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of those guys too.
Yeah, the
Yeah, yeah.
concerts here last year were insane. There was just so many good concerts, and we like picked a handful of them to go to. And that one was one that was like, I think we had another concert that lined up like the same week and didn't make it to that one. But
Yeah, it always sucks when you have tickets for something and then something else comes out and you're like, same day, like what,
Yeah, it's always the worst when it's the same day. If it's
Yeah,
like, a week from now, you're like, all right, I'll just pick up a couple more hours at work or whatever. But when
yeah.
it's the same day, you're like, no. It's like the picking between the lesser of two evils
Yeah.
almost.
I just seen it was so Shadow of Intent, Angel Maker, they're on their tour right now, right? So they're playing Detroit May 20th, and Sean and I are set up to go to that show. But then I just seen the Sanctuary right down the road has Snuffed on Site, and
Oh, no
I forgot who
way.
else is playing with them. But I'm like, man, that's two badass shows. Like we're right by each other.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's a hell of a lineup.
Yeah.
So when did your guitar playing go from so like I did the same and Sean did the same. We started off well plus we're 80s children, Sean and I. So Metallica and like you said, Megadeth. I Sean and I went to like church elementary school when we were younger and we used to bring like White Zombie in. We'd play it for we'd
Yeah, they
play it
didn't
in
like it much. It wasn't too holy for them.
it wasn't their thing,
Go figure, yeah.
but
Right.
we loved it. But
Oh
and
yeah.
that was on the heavier side. But I mean, Metallica for sure. Disturbed. I still like both those bands honestly, but I've always appreciated Disturbed's like flow. I feel like they have just a good movement to their stuff.
Agreed.
So then
100%.
you listen to that stuff, right? And you kind of like cut your teeth on that music, and you learn to alternate pick, and uh you learn to trem and thrash metal gives you a taste of heavier stuff. But when do you start going like when are you like, all right, I want to play something that has a lot more strings than this instrument?
Man, that's a good question. Like, I don't know if this sounds like conceited or egotistical, but like when I was really young, I'd say like, when I was like 13, 14, I was listening to like, like dubstep and like hip hop and then, a lot of metal. But like there was always like this like itch I felt like I wasn't scratching. And like I kind of knew like what gent was before it was gent. Like, cause I had heard songs like let me think if I can find an example because I didn't know about Meshuggah at this point. Like I didn't know Meshuggah existed. I didn't really know about like some of like the early pioneers of progressive metal, like Dream Theater and whatnot. But
Mhm.
like I had heard like a couple songs where like low tuned guitars were kind of like the focus, but they were like a certain kind of groove, and I could never like put my finger on it. I knew that it existed, but like I didn't know like from where, if that made sense. Like maybe I had heard it and then I just like forgot where it came from. But from that moment on, like I was just determined. I was like love music that like sounds like that, and I like couldn't describe it. And then this band, Issues, right? The King of Amarillo album,
Yeah. Yeah.
like that somehow that had found its way to me. And when I heard that, I was like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm like, I knew that it was there. And then when I heard that album, like I spent like the next like 3, 4, maybe even like 6 weeks just learning all the songs from the EP and like, but what was interesting about it is like they had like a specific guitar tone and like the tones that I was using were just for like, metalcore and like, I don't know, you could just pick up a line six and make a tone. Like it really just didn't matter. But my
Yeah.
tone didn't match theirs. And I was
Yeah.
like, how do I do that? So that's kind of like what really like started opening my ears and opening my mind to being like, wow, like I love this genre of music. I want to be more like this. And then it obviously progressed into like, I want a lower tune guitar. Periphery turned me on to lower tune guitars because they played in, drop A flat. But now in modern day, it's like drop A flat. I could play that on a six string, dude. Like, what was I even thinking? If
Right.
that's not even low anymore, So I think it was,
Right.
yeah, it was literally like all of that and then getting into periphery is what definitely got me into like low tune and, kind of like gen-esque kind
Yeah.
of style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You,
What even is low now? It's gotten to a
yeah,
point where it's like,
unregisterable. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's
it's
just like,
dubstep on strings.
yeah,
I'd
like,
say the absolute lowest that you could go to where it could be maybe be like mainstream and audibly hearable would be like double drop B. I would
yeah,
say double drop A kind of you're pushing into like bass territory.
yeah,
But I've heard double drop B and double drop C work really well in like pop and like Bad Omens or for example.
yeah.
Right.
I use double drop A on my low string, but I tune the rest of the guitar to drop F sharp.
Yep.
And even I know what you're saying. It's hard to balance that low string because it does like, and I notice like when I mix the bass in, like they almost sound identical because they're in the same octave. Like you can't, the bass can't go any lower. Well, with MIDI it can, but
Yeah.
with a real bass, it's it's wild to see all the different tunings. Nat and I, we used to love DL from the Acacia strain because he would always play in drop A with his like EC 1000 guitar. And
Yeah,
the
drop G sharp.
first time we saw them live, we're like, yeah, we want to do that. And
Well,
Yeah,
and
dude.
even like that band has like the Death is Only Mortal, like he started doing 8-string stuff and like Terminated when Wormwood come out, I was like, oh man, I'm like, this is like
Such a good
this
album, dude.
strain I had
Oh,
never heard before, you know?
yeah. And like just the tone that they got was like it was
Yeah,
had never been done before. It was so, so meaty. You know,
yeah,
I guess that's the best word for it.
yeah, yeah. That one of my like favorite moments in life was we went to Peabody's in Cleveland. It was the Acacia strain, A Life Once Lost. I want to say like Dead to Fall was there, but I'm not for sure. But we got there super early and they were all chilling, right? They got to the venue early too. So we hung out by the van. Vincent wasn't around for some reason. I don't know what he was doing, maybe sleeping or something. But he wasn't real social in that time frame either. But
Yeah.
we hung out with DL. Seth was the bass player in the band at the time, and DL actually took us like in the club, showed me his rig. He was playing the what was it, the dime bag head, the Frankenstein head.
Frankenstein, yeah.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay.
yeah, dude, and just a highlight of you know, because I held those guys to such a high standard. I still do. Not to get
Wow.
all
Frankenstein.
but
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, I agree. It's insane. It's insane to think about.
2013, you mentioned, you know, like getting into those bands, and that was a hard time for like deathcore and like Gent was starting to like spread out, you know, but I feel like compared to now, like how I feel like our like heavy music is at like a pinnacle spot right now. There's so many bands, so many good bands, you know, and I don't know if that's you can blame some of that on technology or just the love of the sport, you know, but uh
Yeah.
it's just music to my ears because I'm never bored with music. There's always something new popping up, you know. Even discovering like with Kenny and Aaron and talking about the stuff you guys did and hearing Dead Vectors and hearing Tyrant now and you know that you're gonna branch me off into something else. I'm sure, you know, whatever my algorithm throws my way, but it's great.
Hell yeah. And
So
you know
thank
what,
you for that.
man? Like, oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was gonna
Oh,
say that, kind of going off on that idea, like I even like thinking about all the bands that are releasing and having all this new music, like I think there's always like a little bit of a like a narrative that like there's maybe too much. And it's like, how do you kind of get yourself out there? Like what's next? And like if we're reaching this pinnacle, like what is there beyond that? And like I think it's almost like a good thing to say that it's like it's not about how many bands that'll like kind of come out and who's the best and who's this and who's that. It's almost
yeah,
like you say, how does it feed your algorithm though? Like, are these the bands that you really want to be listening to? Because no matter how many bands
exactly.
come out, you got to be able to scratch a certain type of itch. You
Yeah,
know,
for
that
I
sure.
don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. And
that's
what's
the
the goal? What's the end
yeah.
goal, right? You know, are you trying
Yeah,
to just, you know, keep doing what makes you happy and listen to music and hearing new bands, or, you know, are you worried about 1,000 views or, you know what I mean? So,
That
yeah, I think it's good to humbleize yourself a little bit and look back and be like, I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing, right?
that's a
yep,
good example what you said too, because there's so many bands now that are getting recognized like years after like they released material. Like there's this one band called Crooks UK, and their videos sat with like 1,000 views, and then I checked back 2 years later, it's like 10,000. Now it's 1 million views. It's 7 years later, and everyone wants this band to get back together, and they're like, we don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's like it was like a mix between like Saves the Day, Thursday, and they had like a really unique thing going on. And
Wow.
first time I heard it, I was like, holy shit, these guys should have been huge. And I mean, they were on Equal Vision Records, and
Wow.
it's all about getting in that algorithm, and like you gotta know the right compute, like the savvy people to push it on Instagram, push it on TikTok, push it on Facebook, push it on the reels on YouTube, and it's like even this podcast has taught me like it's a full time job. Like when
Yeah,
I'm not
for sure.
when I'm not working, like I'll try to do these clips, and but I'm also doing like the ads, and when I'm going through the podcast, it's not just watching it again. It's like, well, is that interesting? Is that going to like are people going to latch on to that and be interested and want to hear more? And
Right.
you spend a lot of time in your head.
Yeah, Sean
Yeah,
and I are
dude.
always going back and forth, like, what do you think of this clip? And then you have to analyze it, like, all right, will this clip get us in trouble? Like, did we say something that's inappropriate? Not that we did,
Literally.
just
Right.
You
saying,
have
but
to
you never
think of
know,
50
man.
cajillion million things before you take that just one step to just post it, you know?
Right. Yep.
Like, man, you have to have it packaged and gift wrapped and just for a chance, just for
Yeah,
maybe.
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
Because
Crazy.
that's obviously a goal too. When you're writing music, you want people to hear it. You're proud of it, and we do have it at our fingertips now. But I think if you were to ask people 15 years ago, like, oh, wait till you can put your music on, the internet, and your band can just send stuff back and forth from state to state, and you would think like, oh, well, I'll be a millionaire because the whole world will hear me. But it really doesn't cut through that way.
Yep. It's a lot tougher, a little
It
bit
is.
less barriers to entry, but more barriers to like really break through,
Yeah,
because it's not like how it was before where you were competing with, a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand of people
yeah,
who like were just willing to give it that risk. But now everyone wants to give it a risk. So of
yeah,
Yeah.
course
for sure.
it
Yep.
condenses.
It
Yeah.
does. And I still think there's importance in touring, and even just local show playing, in your state or tri-state or however you do it, these mini tours.
Yep.
Because that word of mouth still works just as well, I think.
100%. I've even been thinking about that because like I'm moving to Philly in a month. And this actually came from good news too. Like my girlfriend was given a full ride, basically scholarship to a graduate program at the Tyler University School of Art and Architecture. She's a
Oh,
graphic designer. She's phenomenal at what she does. But because we're doing that, you know, having this big switch and going into Philly, I'm like, I want to play more open mics, like I want to get out and play shows, but like Tyron is just me. So I
right.
feel like it's a little bit jarring to go to a show and be the only one on stage and play like a full band's worth of material because like I write the drums, I do the production, I do whatever. So I'm like, am I going to be shooting myself in the foot? Like, I mean, I just think it's worth taking that risk and being cringe for however long I
Yeah.
need to be until it can just maybe someone will get it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it goes back to what you were just saying. It's like, what was the goal, right? So it's like I'm getting up there. Um, look at a guy um like Buried Alive, right? You don't see much live out of him compared to like early days when he was in bands, but now they're actually getting out and doing some shows. And even if it's just the two of them and everything else is just computerized, I'm like, that's still cool. Like I get to see you off the screen now and actually do it in person. So
True.
you're
Very
gonna cut
true.
through. Look at Buckethead. Look at Ingve. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
God. I didn't even think about that. That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Right? They're
Buckethead.
kind of like,
Yeah. I loved him. I loved him growing up.
Or
Big time.
or
Yeah.
Deep cut.
Infant Annihilator. They've never played a show, but
Yeah.
they're like one of the hugest deathcore bands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
And
they're
I will
crazy.
do
They
that.
are insane, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I was kind of hoping they would. They I don't know if you watched that podcast, that Garza podcast with Dickie Allen, but he was saying like this new material that they're taking it a bit more serious. And I'm like, I hope that's hinting at a tour because that would be so sick.
Dude, that
Well,
would
isn't
be so
he's like
sick.
Necro Goblin too, right? Isn't he the
Yeah.
front man? So even to see him in that, I'm like, that's sweet, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be really cool.
So so I try to think of what order I want to put this in here, but so then you find Kenny and Aaron, and did you find them separately? Kind of tell us how that worked out.
Yeah, so I found Kenny through him being on Instagram doing vocals. And I think I have this friend, his name's Christian. I think he knew Kenny to some degree because they had played like a couple shows together. And then that's how I eventually met Kenny and then figured out he was, like 2 minutes away from my house. But that's how I like knew and met Kenny, was kind of like through a friend, but he was also kind of like posting on Instagram, like, kind of like funny clips, but then doing vocals. Oh, we had this project called Voyager at the time, which I had heard being brought up like a couple times. Because actually, believe it or not, I tried to record with the dude from Burials. His name's Mitch Rogers, I think is what it was. He also lived right in Chalfont. So like, I don't know, there was a lot of overlap. And then I had found out about Aaron because, well, I knew Sever the King. I mean, I had been listening to Sever the King for a long time. I knew Aaron produced them, but I noticed that Aaron like had stepped back from Sever and was doing like his like own solo stuff, which I thought was really cool. I don't remember. I think it was like Atmos was like his single titles. It was like Atmos Origin and Atmos this, and I always thought that was so unique. And I was what's he up to? And he started doing work for Sentinels. And once I heard him do the single, well, he had always worked with them, but I was listening to their single called Neurosis, and the mix on that song was just like incredible. And I was like, oh man, like I want my music to sound like that. So then I reached out to him literally through a cold Instagram DM. He loved our music and it was like, yeah, man, like I want to produce this. Like this looks awesome. And then we met up, we went to the studio, and lo and behold, it was Pathogen at the time. And it had just grown to what it is now. It's crazy thinking about it now. I'm talking about it and it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, but then I'm just going through this like journey in my head. I'm like, wow, like that was years
Yeah.
ago, dude. It's crazy.
And where you all are now, like now.
And where we all are now. Yep.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, I saw Pathogen. So Joshua Travis has a stream on Twitch, and someone requested Pathogen, and like the whole
Yep.
chat was like, "This is fucking sick."
That was probably one of the coolest videos I had seen. Yeah, that was crazy that he had listened to it because I love Joshua Travis as well. He was a big inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I don't
he's an
think
awesome
anybody
dude.
that's in the scene nowadays does not have Joshua Travis in there. I like guitar players.
Yep. He's top.
Yeah, he's got a
So-
really cool. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead. No, keep going.
I was just gonna say he's got a really unique stream, and like he puts so much work into his stream as far as like capturing the right guitar angles and like keeping his chat like really interactive, and
Yeah,
he's
friendly.
he's fucking funny, man. Like that, and he's so humble. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, fuck you. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Yep.
you do.
I don't know if you get on Twitch often, but it's like when Sean told me about Twitch and I kind of just started thumbing through, and I still do. I don't know it very well outside of the group of things I watch, but I do just thumb through, and it's nice to see, like, it's nice that it can be monitored to where it doesn't get out of control, to where you get severe trolling and whatnot. I mean, it can, but it's usually pretty controlled. But it's that everybody's here for the same reason type of deal. Like you get just good, genuine people out of the deal. Like, from what I've seen on multiple different platforms of this, channel. So it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get into Twitch too. I'm like so bad at learning how to set up a stream. Like it's way more complicated than I think I had made it out to be. And I'm sure you guys totally understand. I mean,
Yeah.
I know how to use OBS, but like it just my computer like can't handle OBS and my session at the same time. Like I
Yeah.
always run into
The-
issues.
I streamed audio production for a couple of years, and I wouldn't even call it audio production. I just call it me fucking around, like learning how to record. And the hardest thing for me to get set up on Windows was like the ASO drivers connecting your DAW audio to OBS. And there's all kinds of troubleshooting, and
And none of that's easy.
yeah, none of that stuff's easy.
John's trying to show me. I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah, I gave up on it like several times. It is so difficult. It's so difficult.
Yeah, it's not easier on Mac either. Like, there's just something about finding all these workarounds to like get it to sound good. But I don't know if you spent like 4 hours and you just like had enough one day, like I'm gonna figure this out, and sit there for like 4 hours, you'll get it. And then once
Yep.
you get it, you'll walk away and like be like, God.
It's true. It's so
Sean,
true.
who's in the chat talking about your ICP poster, Sean? Fitz
Oh, what's
Kickspace.
up, Fitz? Yeah, they're part of my childhood, so I need the ICP poster up there. Yeah.
A little small note about ICP. I actually reached out to Violent J like 3 weeks ago, and he actually responded back. I was going to try to get
There
him
you
on the
go.
show,
Here's the other
just being
posters.
that
Got
a
some
Detroit.
Ozzy and the Smashing Pumpkins and Korn and Amur. Got the Misfits. Got the Misfits over here. Got some guitars, and all right, gonna go back. Here we
From the
go.
land. And
There you
there's
go.
Sean.
Damn.
Yeah,
Low key
you know what?
plugging the bot camera though. That was insane. I just see the camera just turn and then it goes here. And then you're like, oh, let me just click this button and it comes right, it literally
Right.
right back. I'm
Right.
like,
Did I mention hands free? He just he just put it.
yeah, that was insane. That was crazy. But very, very cool. Very cool.
So
Yeah.
then, you guys start doing the pathogen stuff, and then where does your role in dead vectors and that kind of start up from that point?
Yeah, so you're saying like how pathogen turned into like dead vectors kind of like how they
Yeah.
like kind of worked out. Okay. Yeah, like when we were recording pathogen, dead vectors was already a thing. Because I was hanging out with Kenny a bunch at that time, and he was like just getting started with Grim Reminders. Like I remember I had heard the first demo for Grim Reminders when we were recording drums at Matt G's house for the album. So like Kenny had been doing that on the side already before I had even like reached out to him to like be a vocalist, and like he was coming over to like take videos and make content. So like that's how I had found out about Dead Vectors then. It really wasn't anything then yet. But I remember Kenny had posted this video of like, the world's longest scream or something like that.
Oh, that's sick.
And that
Yeah.
blew up, dude. And like that was right before we had released Pathogen. So like Kenny was getting like garnering a bunch of attention. Aaron already had his following from Sever the King. And I think like when they started releasing more Dead Vectors and finally dropped that first EP, which I think, let me look it up because I'll be able to tell you exactly what we were doing at that time. Because I think that was a 2019 release, was their first album. Well, let me go back.
Yeah, then he did the 46-second one just recently, and I'm listening to that, and I'm like, dude, the lung capacity that shouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
Dude, he is like a machine. When I see him in person and he screams, it's like he's not even trying, dude, and he sounds like hell. Just like he fills the like he was just built to do vocals, dude. He
Hell
was
yeah.
built
Yeah.
to be a deathcore vocalist. But so I sorry, I got off track, but they released the album in the summer of 2019. So
Okay.
that was before we even had gotten into the studio for Matt G. So like somehow, some way along there, we were like going back and forth with ideas. And we were, doing this, doing that. And I was still in college, and 2020 came around, and we were finally like, all right, we have to drop the album. And Dead Vectors was already doing well. So Dead Vectors traction had picked up for Pathogen. So that's kind of how everything tied together. I think that's all I wanted to tie it together with.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I love that that chameleon music video that they did. And he was going through the story of them doing that in his basement. And but I loved how it captured the vibe of the song. And like I told him like you gotta do more of those. Like those are sick.
Dude, that was like the most DIY production I think it could get. Like we recorded with his camera that he already had. I think it was just like a standard Canon. And then he did a bunch of video editing through his iPhone for that video. Like I don't think he like used a computer. Like he took all the footage, edited it through an iPhone app, and then it looked like that. And it turned out so sick.
It's so sick, dude. That like that
Yeah,
whole
that's
part with
great.
his arms like crossing and it's like I'm like, what is that? It's so sick.
Yeah, that music video was so much fun. So much fun. We gotta do it again.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, he's got one of the only thing I could compare it to is like CJ from Die Artist Murder. Like he's got that, but then he's got those like uh I don't know what the hell he was talking about the technique with like the throat singing, but using that to like get these type sound.
Yeah, dude. He's a madman. Absolute madman.
And now, so you can scream too. So how does that
No way. No, I can't even scream.
no, you can't?
No. Nope.
Oh, I see. I thought you could. Okay.
No.
You don't
Any
need to when you
vocalist
got
that
Kenny.
yeah, I don't need to when I have Kenny. And then all the production stuff that I do, if I ever need a vocalist, dude, I just like hit somebody up. And recently I've been working with the dude from Auras. His name's Josh. That should be your next podcast guest because Josh is one of the coolest people I feel like I have worked with in a long time. Fantastic vocalist. Absolutely fantastic.
What's his band?
Auras.
Auras. Okay. I had to
Yeah,
check
I
that
think
out.
I've seen, is the logo like kind of like a symbol, I thought I saw
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
they're one of the best too. I grew up listening to them a lot. They were like one of my biggest influences growing up, for Gent specifically. Like after I had found out about Issues and Periphery, I found Auras, and then Auras was like the staple from there on out. So yeah, really cool dudes. Really, really cool dudes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to hit him up for sure. We might name drop you.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, no, I'll let Josh know. Josh is the man.
I'm gonna sound like a fifth grader, but how do you spell that?
It's a Josh, and then his last name is Ligaya. So Ligaya. Or wait, do you mean the band?
Yeah, yep.
I'm so stupid. Auras
How do I
is
spell
Auras.
Okay.
That's funny.
Okay.
Auras.
Yeah, I would have totally messed that up. I would have started with the E when when I searched for it. Oh man, good thing for Instagram. Hey Connor,
Yeah, right.
you know that? Oh,
So
man.
how long were you, or back in those early days, were you dabbling in recording yourself too? Like in the start around like when Aaron was doing his stuff and
I had tried, but failed miserably. I was always a Logic guy, but I could never get the production to sound the way that I wanted it to. And I was like so far off the mark that it wasn't even worth it. Like I was actually terribly garbage at production until like 3 years ago. So a lot of the stuff that I did for, like Pathogen, it was all done through Guitar Pro. Like I have been using Guitar Pro longer than I've been producing, but I've made the switch. So like I haven't really gone back to Guitar Pro because I feel like Guitar Pro was good for me like getting my reps and like knowing how to like write music at like the bare bones and with a bunch of limitations. But once I made the step into production, once I started feeling like I was getting good, and the only reason I felt like I was good is because other people were receiving it well. Um, that's only been in the last 3 years. So
maybe I need to get on Guitar Pro because I am clueless. I can't track guitar to save my life.
Yeah, I
I
Dude,
got
should
it's
tell
it's
Sean.
very challenging. It's very challenging when you like get into it for the first time, but there's a method. There's always a method to the madness.
I
Yeah, that's what I need. I need like a tutorial for months of just making me do it. Someone sitting next to me and going, "All right, you need to do this." You know?
Yep. Yep. So that when you're putting the reps in, you're putting in the right reps. That's the
Yeah,
hardest part.
right,
Right?
and
That's
not some
definitely the
right
hardest
a
part.
rabbit hole of disaster. Right.
our
Yeah,
friend
dude.
our friend Tim is a really good producer, and he started a company called Fractured Audio. He produced uh, Red Lord. He did a couple of well-known projects. He is in a band called Dweller, and he used to be the drummer in our old deathcore band. What I'm getting to though is like he inspired me to start doing production, and like I even have his used USB interface. That's what I'm running the show through right now. But what was I gonna get into? Oh, so you were talking about Guitar Pro, and he would do all these covers, and I'd be like, dude, how are you mapping these drums out so fast? He's like, Guitar Pro, man. I just export the MIDI and put it into my program. I'm like, dude, I've been sitting here for like 6 hours mapping these out. He's like, I can do it in 5 seconds.
Yep. Guitar Pro is the stepping stone into metal production, I swear. Like until you can master just getting stuff out on Guitar Pro, like going straight into production is definitely like it's a huge leap. It's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah, it's wild because I find like the more I ignore what people say on the internet, the further I get in audio production. Because like it seems like if let's just say uh, you're talking about like guitar tone, there's going to be a rabbit hole of videos of people telling you different ways to do things. But like if you have the sound in your head and you know the specific tools that you have to use in order to get your guitar to sound good, you're probably you're probably better off just listening to yourself and like figuring it out yourself than like, man, I wasted so much time like going down these rabbit holes, and like come to find out like, oh, I don't have to I don't have to dial back the gain. I just have to EQ the guitar right, and it's good to go.
I
But
know it's so intuitive, but like it's so hard to trust your intuition when, like you say, like everyone on the internet or everyone in this ear or that ear is telling you like 50 million things. The best thing you can do is just be like, fuck you guys. Like you don't make the rules. Like I'm
right,
just gonna do whatever I think sounds good, and that ultimately will still lead you to that same outcome.
yeah,
Like whether you listen to the dudes on the internet or you listen to yourself, like you're gonna get to it faster if you listen to yourself because you're not going through like 16 filters of other people's thoughts, you
right,
know,
yeah.
which is, I mean, easier said than done, you know.
It is, yeah. It's like especially when there's people online you're inspired by, and like the thing is, there's so many variables. There's like the guitar, there's the pickups, there's the type of strings, the tuning, and like all those variables can determine why they're using a specific clipper, why they're using a certain frequency range to dip out of. And it's like if you're just using like a 6 string with normal gauge strings, like you don't have to worry about much dipping. But like if you're on like a 8 or 9 string, you gotta dip the shit out of some stuff.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Or you're not hearing that guitar. You're hearing a wall of sound.
Yeah, and just the 200, 300 hertz of just mud. That's
Yeah,
like what'll over exceed all the other frequencies every time.
yeah. There's so many things I wish I would have known when I was in a band with this old guitar player. He used to play a 7 string, and man, if we would have just got him an EQ pedal, man. But
Who are you talking about?
Problems would have been solved.
I was talking about Brandon. He had like
Yeah, I
that
thought
seven
so.
string Ibanez, and we played live shows, and man, it just came out with it was so like Nat and I, it was like nice, crisp and clear. But then you had this guy with a 7 string. It was like so muddy, and we're like, oh.
Yup.
There's always things like that that I look back on, and even like sound guys telling us like, hey, you gotta turn down the guitar, and you gotta turn down the bass on your guitar, and that makes sense because like the bass is supposed to ride the low end. You're not supposed to, like, how you jam in your room when you're alone versus when you're in a live setting is like completely different. And
Yep.
Oh yeah, and
there, we
we
had
did
no
not
idea.
do it right at all. I feel like for a little bit we had a fellow guitar player friend of ours, and he used to come out and kind of like tech for us, and would actually like go out like front of house and like hear us in the mix. Do you remember that, Sean, when the Dave would do that?
Yeah, yeah,
And I think that was probably when we sounded our best and just didn't know that we should have been doing that the whole time, you know?
right, right,
Or even just knowing like you don't have to have a full stack. You know what I mean? Or
right.
you know, you can play on a combo.
Yeah, lots of the sound
Yeah, dude.
guys were like, "Are you Pearl Jam? Like, why you got two half stacks?" Uh,
Yeah.
we're like, "Yeah,
I
because we
couldn't
feel
even
like
I couldn't even
we
reach
feel
my
like carrying
rack.
them." Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so
that's
funny.
too. It would have been way more simple to try to haul stuff around.
yeah. These guys today, I mean, they just have like a 4 pound amp modeler. They're good to go.
That's me.
Right.
That's literally me, dude. Yep. I'm that guy.
Speaking of amp modelers, I think that's the first time I saw you was on a Dead Vectors like playthrough, and you were on like had like an Axe FX2 set up, and you were sitting down. It looked like you were a lot younger at the time. Had like this emo hair.
Yeah, yep. Dude, yeah, that was a bad haircut. And a weird shirt to pick too. I had like this like yellow or this white and yellow black striped shirt, but it was striped this way. Yeah, it was weird choice of outfit, but it's funny. I think I don't know if it was an Axe FX. It might have been a Line 6 Pod Pro. I had that for a while. That was like my main source of tone,
Oh, okay.
but I never really liked. I mean, I would have preferred to have an Axe FX, honestly, so we can just say it was. But if you go and check out the video, it's definitely a Line 6 Pod. So if anyone's gonna check me on that,
Yeah,
definitely that.
dude, I had that Axe FX. I mean, not the Axe FX. Well, I've had that too, but I've had the Line 6 HD 500X. That thing's sick, man. Till this day,
Hmm.
like if you download like the updates and the big bottom with that thing, whew.
Was
But
that the one that had like the analog like yellow gauges on it, Sean? What was that one you had? Remember that? Where like it had like the needle gauges when you turn it on, it would.
oh
Oh
no,
my God.
that was a Focusrite. It was for like vocals and guitar, like acoustic guitar. It was like a
Oh yeah,
it was a
okay.
Wow.
it was a Focusrite interface. That thing was sick. It's just I didn't have any material to write with it, like because I don't do cleans, and at the time, like I didn't record vocals, and it was like a $600 piece of gear that was just collecting dust, and I'm like, I'm gonna sell that and buy a guitar.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell that. Um, so outside, well, I don't want to say outside of music, but are you also doing like professionally like business development and things like that? I read something. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the way that I keep my bills, staying ahead of my bills while also like working as much as I can to make an income from music. I do sales. So it's like I do sales for coaching programs, and then I also do like M&A advisory. So like I'm basically speaking with everyone from who's just getting into an investment account for the first time, all the way to people who are trying to score their next like $10 million acquisition.
Oh
So like
wow.
I do it's dude, it's brutal. Like it's a lot of cold calls. It's a lot of me selling really high ticket offers. But it's not done to where like I'm just calling you up randomly on a Friday and then I send you a $10,000 product. Like I have to build rapport with you. I have to understand what you want. I have to understand if my, solution can actually solve your problems. And I'm saying this vaguely because the problems that I solve are either they want to be coached into investing better, or they simply need help finding their next business, or they have a criteria for the business that they're looking for and I need to be able to provide them with an opportunity that matches it, which is a little bit more like success based as opposed to closing somebody over the phone. So it's really complicated. It's too much to get into, but yeah, it's just a lot of sales and a lot of business development.
Yeah,
Okay.
I work as a full-time engineer, and we got like a sales department, and I wouldn't want to be those guys. Some of the calls that they take like 7 a.m. in the morning are freaking brutal. I just walked into the office one day and I'm like, all right, Josh, I'll talk to you later. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, you gotta have thick skin, you know what I mean? And you have to be able to read into a person well, right? And kind of navigate how you're gonna get through.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, it's the worst though, whenever I tell my family that's what I do, they're like, okay, well, sell me this pen. And I'm like, dude,
All right,
it's
you're right.
not
You're the
that
Wolf
kind
of
of
Wall
sales.
Street, right?
Not that type of
Yeah. I'm like,
sale.
I mean, I could, man, but like I need to know a little bit more about you. And you know, it's not that easy.
Right.
Right. I
Yeah.
can't believe they pulled out the pen.
Right.
It's bad, right.
Like this ain't Wolf
It's
on
just
Wall
like
Street.
comedians like, oh, just tell me a joke. And you're like, can't,
Right.
no, it doesn't work like that. You know,
Yeah, no.
there's context.
Man.
And then so I was reading something about, did you do like audio production for like an MMA entry video or something? Like I read something about that. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, actually, I put that in my portfolio because I had reached out to this company. They were called Zane Productions. I reached out to them cold. This is like a strategy that I use, which has not really been too successful, but it's better than just randomly cold emailing like several different businesses.
Hmm.
But I'll look at something, I'll be like, okay, they have this kind of production. What if I did it? And then I basically I screen record their thing. And with that one, I have a stem splitter. So I was able to take the audio from their video that they did for this like UFC reel. I stem split it so that I could have access to the voiceover and not the music. I made my own music to it, which if you compare the two, mine is 100% better. And I'm not even saying that to be a dick. Like it's just literally subjectively better. And I sent it to them. You know, it's louder, it's punchier, like it just makes the whole trailer feel more alive. That's what I felt like the other one was lacking. I'm like, dude, this sounds like every other UFC track I've ever seen in my life, you know? But I sent it to them. I was very nice and got zero reply. I put 8+ hours into it. You know, I really put like my heart and soul into it and was like, all right, I'm gonna take this angle, see if they like it, and no response. And I've done that quite a few times, but it's the only way that I feel like legitimately could get my foot in the door for a
Oh
potential
yeah.
future opportunity.
Yeah,
So
you never know.
it was worth the waste of time, I guess.
Yeah, I mean you're just fine tuning your craft anyway on that aspect. And then it's no different than like what we're telling you when when we cold pitch for certain guests, and
It's
some
true.
some are no reply at all, and some surprise you and lead you on to all these different things. So I think it's a good thing to do.
Nice. Nice, dude. No,
Everybody's got to take
I'm
a
glad you
shot,
feel that
right? You
way.
hear too many stories about people like, oh, well, I wasn't going to do this, or, you'll be
You miss
stuck in the same
100% of the
rut
shots you
forever.
don't take.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's the truest quote of all time.
yeah,
Yep,
like
for
our
sure.
last guest, Joey Sturgis, uh
Oh,
what
nice. I didn't know Joey was on. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, we had like an hour, 2 hour podcast with him, and we found out he lives like less than like 2 minutes down the street.
Yeah, he's
No
And we're
way.
like, we could have just
super
did this
close
in
to
person.
Sean. And then
Yeah, right.
he's like, do you know this? He named a band. And we're like, yeah, we played shows with him like a lot. He's like, oh yeah, that my wife was the guitar player. We're like, get out of here.
No fucking way.
Small world.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Super nice guy. Super, well, obviously anybody that knows audio production and knows Joey Sturgis in our,
Right. Tell him I say hi.
yeah, for
Right
sure.
on.
I know. I'm messing. No, Joey's cool. I've actually been following Joey's mixes since he was doing stuff for it was Asking Alexandria, I think is what like he got his in with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What album was it? It was the one that had oh my God. What's that one song? And they literally say oh my God in it. But what's the name of it?
Oh, uh, Oh
I'm
God,
trying to think.
I know
Right, it's escaping me.
I know it's Scream Aim Fire, but the song I think is
Oh yeah,
called
Scream Aim Fire is Philip My Valentine. Yep. That's a great song. That's a
uh
great song.
Let's
yeah,
see.
I get them all mixed up.
It's
Like
like
I
it's like something like The Escape Room or like something like that.
all right,
Something like
yeah,
that.
pull this up now.
Yeah, right.
Get
I'm like,
out
how
the
do I just forget the
smartphones.
name?
But yeah, that's one of the first metal productions I heard that I was
The
like,
final episode. That's what it is. The final
yeah,
Yeah,
episode.
there it is. Yeah. Yeah, because we had
I
Nick
think
Sampson
Joey
on
mixed
too.
that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he mixed that album.
yeah, he did that, and The Devil Wears Prada, We Came as Romans. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, he actually showed us some solo shit he's done. I don't know if you've heard any of his solo stuff, but I was really impressed with it.
No way. Is it released?
Yeah, yeah, it's on Spotify.
yeah,
What's it called?
Hang on, I gotta look.
it's like never something.
Yeah, and hang on, I gotta go back in my
Never Again?
yeah. Wait, is it? Let me see, because it'll come up in my
Then he had some stuff on Instagram of him screening, and like, damn, he's got one of those
no, not
like
never again. Yeah.
Sumerian record screens, like the Barky.
No way.
I was like, damn, dude, it's pretty good.
Oh wow.
I
I
know I
didn't
can find
this
it.
is crazy. I'm like learning new things about Joey Sturgis.
Yeah,
That's
let me go
sick.
back here because I got him. He sent me it. Um, Never Here.
Oh,
Never Here.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to add him to the playlist. Learn
Yeah, I
something new
was
every day.
like it's a super catchy chorus. Yeah, I'm impressed with it.
And the single is called Another End.
Let me see. I gotta see if that's the one I let me hear. Where'd it go?
Sorry, I keep sidetracking us. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're all good.
It should come up in my
I mean, this is what the stream's all about. We go off on tangents and like just keep the conversation going.
yes.
No, this is a really nice tangent, honestly. I'm like, dude, I have to hear Joey Sturgis' music.
Another End, you said, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, check it out.
I'm glad I added
Let
the
us
right
know
one.
what you think.
Yeah, I'm excited. That sounds awesome.
Let's see. There was something else I was gonna ask you about. Sean, you were off for a minute, so we were talking about how he had took like an intro to a UFC, right? That's what it was. And
Oh
kind of
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
morphed it into his own. It made it better from what they had as an original, as like a pitching idea for the business.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we were just kind
Yep.
of talking about how, you gotta take the chance, right?
Yep.
What UFC was it, like a walkout song or something? Like a
Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
was like, do you know who Chris Camozzi is or Kamazi?
I'm really bad with fighters. I don't
Me too.
I
Yeah.
I usually like the thing is like I don't know what channel that stuff is on, or like I know like streaming services like are throwing those type of events all over the place, and I can't keep track of it anymore. Like better off just like going out to the
Yeah.
bar and watch it if when it's
Right.
on. Right.
He is kind of one of those, I don't think he's like a popular UFC fighter. Maybe he is, and I'm just sounding like an asshole right now, but I didn't know about him before I did the work.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I found it on a production website and I was like, maybe this production company is still active. Like I'd want to do like trailer house work for them, because I've done work for trailers before. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe I'll have an in. And no, nothing came of it, but it's not to say it'll never happen. It's just that's just what my approach was with them.
Yeah, man. Like my friend right now, my friend Andy, what he does is he hits up like little businesses and like, how's your website looking? And he goes on the website and is like, well, this is how I could make it look, and it will actually make the website for him. And like, this is how professional you could look. And he like he's getting hit up all the time by like these little businesses paying him a couple $1,000s here and there to make these websites. And
He actually did the Metal Mitten intro
yeah,
that
yeah,
you saw when
Oh,
he
no
first
way.
started.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. He did
in
it.
like
He did it in like 10
10
seconds.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, here, boom, 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 done.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
already had like the template and stuff. He just threw the logo in there and it did its work. Yeah.
yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah, he was in a band called Rotation. You ever hear Rotation out of
I have
Michigan?
not.
Yeah.
Nope, I have not.
Yeah, that
They kind of had like I would compare them almost to like It Dies Today, like in that
Okay.
era. Like like when Breaking Benjamin was like getting real popular in the early 2000s. They were they were in that. I think he's friends with some of those guys actually.
yeah, he's friends with lots of
Interesting. Yeah,
people.
that like is it like post-hardcore, you would say?
I don't know what is that what it is?
Uh I would call it like I'll send you a
Like
song.
alt metal?
It's definitely different
I
than
really
like
like them honestly. Like they were just another local band around here. I feel like if you asked people, but he he's one of those people that was like the driving force of the band and kept it all together. Was constantly as they got older, and I think dudes grew up and started having families and stuff. He kept it going as long as he could. High quality production videos, and they had like imagery. They did like a, oh, what would you call it, Sean? Kind of like a gothy, emo-ish
yeah,
look. Like,
yeah, they were going for like the whole My Chemical Romance type look,
yeah.
and at the same time, like
MCR.
Oh yeah. Great,
yeah,
man.
and they had a really popular song called "The Curse of 1990" that was on lots of radio,
Yeah, it
and
was out on our local radio. Like we had like um well, I forgot what it was called, but it was 89X was the channel, but
yeah, like a
um
Homeboy show or something like that.
to where like if
Interesting.
your song, they would put you up against other bands, and people would vote, and you would just go on to the next week and they'd keep playing you. But like I want to say they were up against like Taproot for a while, which is a Michigan band that got big,
Yeah, no, I know Taproot.
and
And
yeah.
he got lots of connections because he worked at Rockstar Energy Drinks. So
Oh, no way.
Oh, that
yeah,
was their band. He just
yeah,
like stole the work van for their band.
yep.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
And-
That's awesome.
yeah, like
that was pretty sweet.
when you go over his house, he's got like this whole he had a family dinner and he broke out like the rock star they like made these little gazebo type things that had banners on the front of them. So I went over to Stanley Dinners like I'm like, is this brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drinks?
He
but
sponsored it.
but he's got like 4 Rockstar drink guitars, and they just kept sending them to him over the years, and he's like, I
That's
got,
crazy.
and they're like great quality guitars. It was like those Sterling Ernie Ball, like the
Yeah.
Ernie
Yeah.
Ball.
Dude, hold up. I have one. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's hanging up right here. I have a Sterling JP
Yep, just like
Oh,
that.
that's
string.
slick, dude.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super low action.
same headstock. Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah, I could, dude. I'll say it. I mean, the Sterling JP is probably one of the best guitars I've ever played.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Like I've played. I've played Aristides or Aristides, whatever.
Yeah, no,
Manus,
nobody knows how to say
all
it.
of
That's
them.
all right.
Yeah. I mean, dude, those guitars are like totally worth their weight in gold,
Yeah.
but they just don't have the feel that my JP does. You know,
Yeah.
and they don't have the feel that my Ibanez does. Like I feel like those are the two best guitars on the planet by
Yeah,
far.
I've always wanted to try one of those Aristides guitars.
Dude, they're
Well,
cool.
They are cool. I
But-
like the idea behind it. There's so many good boutique. They're not really boutique now, but just boutique guitar companies out there that it's
Yeah.
hard to choose from. Everybody can make something, man.
I wanted to
But
try
we have friends that are doing it.
cereal.
We had Balaguer guitars on the show. The owner of the, do you know that company?
Yeah, dude, they actually reached out to me to be an artist when I had
Oh,
released
really?
Pathogen a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
But
had
I
that's
Joe
couldn't
on the
afford
show.
it. I couldn't afford it. Yeah.
Dang it. Joe, call him back.
Yeah, gotta call him back. Gotta get an installment plan. Be one of their
Yeah.
artists again.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I gotta keep putting out these
Hell yeah.
guitar videos. I see him watching them. I'm like, maybe if I get really good at this,
Right?
man, I would love to be one of those guys that just create like these like 40 to 1 minute guitar videos and have like Kiesel sending them guitars and shit. That'd be the dream right
That's the
there.
life. I would
Yeah,
love that.
hell
I would
yeah.
love that.
That's me on TikTok, just following person after person once my algorithm gets caught on it. And I'm just adding these shredders, male, female, doesn't matter. Talent, just oh my gosh,
Yep.
I've been watching, maybe you guys can help me. She plays like an 8-string multi-scale, typically shredder, blonde hair. It's kind of like about this long.
Colburn. Are you talking about the girl that sings and plays 8 string at the same time?
She's in a big band. Like
I saw her on
I'm not
TikTok
gonna.
the other night, and like she's playing 8 string, like ripping out and like singing like wicked cleans over top of it the whole time, and like her hands are out. Like, how? How are you
Oh
doing?
shit.
I'll see
I
if I
just
can
played a
find it.
show with, I don't know if it's the same band, Callius. Is that who you're thinking of?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I played a show with them literally last Friday, which is
Really?
insane. Yeah, and I was super impressed because like yeah,
Is it?
she like does like these deathcore vocals
Yeah,
over this guitar work, and their other guitar had like a hot boss, and dude, he was shredding. It was probably like the tightest tech death band I had seen
how
in
do
a
you
long
spell
time.
that, the band name?
Kallias, I think. Callias?
So let's see. I'm curious if that's
Could be. If not, then I turned you on
Oh
to
no,
something
you know
cool.
who it is? It's the singer that was the singer for Arch Enemy recently.
Oh, okay.
She's in her new whatever, her new
Gotcha.
band. But I
I'm not
but she's
familiar.
like a jazz professional. I think she went to some music school.
Interesting. It's
Yeah,
always the jazz people that turn into metalheads,
what
dude.
is that band's name?
There's a crossover.
This is the girl I was talking about. Uh, see if I can zoom this. Hold on.
Oh, we know you can. Show
Yeah,
the camera.
bring your robot on, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my
Bring it
robot
up.
arm. Here, hold on, there we go. Where's the zoom?
I'm like literally looking into the future right now. This is
See if it'll
insane.
zoom in. Hold
I
on.
like don't believe it.
Hold on.
Arch Enemy.
Sometimes if I
3D.
put my oh well.
Oh, there it goes. It zoomed in on you.
Yeah, that's not the
Oh,
one I was
okay.
thinking of though.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. I've seen her before. I have seen her before.
There's gotta be a better way to do that.
Technology's not so perfect, I guess.
All right, now the camera's lost.
I'm fucking with you. Impressive nonetheless.
I'm here. I'm here.
Save him,
Right,
save
come
him.
back to me. See,
There we go.
you got cocky
Yeah.
with the camera. Now it got lost.
Now it's just following. That's sick. That's insane. Damn, it's like tracking him real time. Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe
Dude,
it's this.
it's
Daniela
relatively-
Sophia.
Okay.
I'm gonna look her up, see if that's it.
It's a
Daniela.
relatively cheap camera too. It's a OBS tiny bot. It's like
Oh.
$150, but
Yeah, this is her.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Some of you guys have
I'm
seen
sure
this
knowing
girl.
how to use it is a whole other ball game too.
hell yeah.
Right, yeah. I'm gonna try to get the light in here. Yeah, let's do
I
this.
know, almost.
Right. Let's turn that off.
I've actually never seen her before. No.
Dude,
No, I
she'll blow
haven't
your
seen
mind.
her.
Really?
I bet-
What's her
that
name?
might be like a Daniela Sophia.
Daniela Sophia. Okay.
Like I think that's it. What is that? Like an Abasi guitar? Like it looks like it's got that. Turn my light back on. She'll blow your mind, dude. Like extremely good. But yeah, she's playing guitar for that singer from Arch Enemy that does her own solo band or something now.
Very cool. That's very cool. I love that. I can't wait to check more out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, always stumbling upon good stuff, man. And that's
Hmm.
like even the stuff you're putting out. I'm sure you get people just like, chiming in like, "Hey, just came across your stuff."
Yeah, I do. I honestly like whenever I release, I always try to take my ego out of it and be as humble as possible. Like I try to like drop it and then I'll only respond to comments and I'll tr force myself not to look at the view count or the likes. I'm like, dude, I just put it out there. Did it
Yeah.
resonate with somebody? And if it did, okay, good. I did my job. Because if
Yeah.
That's good.
would get so stuck thinking about I need to have more views, I need to have more people listening to my music. Like I feel like every artist, obviously, I mean, it's a never-ending cycle of I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more this, I want more that, and like that's just not, it's not healthy. It's just not healthy for the brain.
No, I
Exactly.
agree.
Yeah.
I think it's like running on the treadmill and putting the your sweatshirt over the clock.
Yeah. Yup.
It's like I
Yup.
can't look at it. I really want to look at it.
Yup. It's all the same. All the same. Just that discipline, I guess.
So what's your plan with do you have other stuff that you want to get out soon? Are you working on anything hot? I know you are.
I am. Oh man, I'm excited. So I had just met up with my buddy Eric yesterday and we filmed a music video because I'm going to be dropping a Tyrant EP. I don't know
Okay.
when, but it's 5 songs. I'm still kind of messing around with the mix because what I'm noticing is like the first 4 songs. I mean, the mix sounds good, but the final song is like just a little bit louder. And I've been trying to figure out, is it because I did a higher level limiter because when I look between the sessions, like I kind of copy the settings between everything, but I'm like missing something because the last song is still just like just a little bit louder and it's like a little bit more full. And I don't want to like release an album with like 4 songs that have one mix and then one song that has like a little bit different. Because I feel like
Mhm.
people are going to call it out. They're going to be like, why does
Yeah.
that song sound? And they might even think that it sounds better, which would be the worst case scenario. And I'm like, fuck, now they're not going to give the other 4 songs a chance because the
No,
last one is so much better.
dude, no, what you do is
So,
you do like a
The single.
transition track. So,
Right.
yeah, that's probably what I should do is I should just
The
have it as a
B-side.
single, just throw it out there and then have the other EP. Like that's really what
Right.
it should, what it should be.
If you don't get it
Oh
figured
man.
out and we see you release it, we'll know why. Like, oh, he couldn't get to it. So
Couldn't get to it. Yeah. That's kind of like, yeah, that's what's going on behind the scenes for, Tyrant. I mean, I have so many songs that I need to get out there. I have this other project. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before. It's called Nova Griso. I was working with this guy for like years, and he writes some of the coolest progressive metal like I've ever heard in my life. It's so melodic. It's very After Image meets Sentinels meets I
ooh,
guess I should say Pathogen because like I was writing Pathogen at the same time that I was writing with him. But
okay.
the music itself is just like it's phenomenal, but we've been having a hard time like just getting it out there because then that means more content and you got to pour a bunch of money into like advertisement when I'm already pouring money into Tyrant. Like there's so many moving parts, it's kind of tough. But and then of course, Pathogen, like we're trying to have a single out by the end of the month. And I was originally going to self-produce, but like when we saw the amount of attention that it got, we were like, we should do it right. So now we have Mark going to the studio next Friday, and Kenny's going to try and get vocals recorded and have everything done before the 22nd, so that after that point, there's music out there, it's legit, and then we can start, actually producing the record because I think
That's cool.
it's already written. Like all the shit is written. It's literally composed. It's 100% final. It just needs to be recorded. So that's kind of like our next goal between all those projects right now.
sick.
Is the Nova Griso, is it on Spotify?
It is, yep. It's a Nova like Nova, but then
Yeah.
Griso is Grieso.
Okay, let me look.
Yeah, you said after
Should be like a
image.
purple logo.
You said after image,
Oh yeah,
right?
I got
That's
you.
a man. Not too many people
Rivers
know about
Free.
that band. That band's
Rivers Free,
sick.
that's the one. Yeah,
Okay.
right. I feel like not many people do the after image vibes, but I also like loved the after image growing up. Like there were so many good bands from the 2013 to 2016 period that I feel like got slept on, you
That
know?
that
Yeah.
and it's the same vocalist from Brand the Sacrifice that was in that band.
Yep.
And you would never guess because like he's doing like cleans and metalcore vocals, and then
Really?
Yep.
now he's doing like gutturals and shit.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
believe the cleans though. Because I feel like they change it up here and there, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, After Image had the same kind of vocals that he's doing for Brand of Sacrifice, but now Brand of Sacrifice is more like, like what Sean was saying, like it's gutturals, it's tunnel
Mhm.
screams, it's crazy shit.
Yeah,
But then in between there, they had this other hardcore project. I think it was called like Earthbound or like Earth Shatter. Earth Shatter was their other project before uh Brand of Sacrifice. And that project was really cool. Like they were like doing the After Image, but then they had this other project, but then Brand of Sacrifice. As soon as I was listening to actually to Brand of Sacrifice before they even blew up, like they just had the Eclipse EP out, and like
yeah,
a couple thousand people were listening to them, like they were like kind of on the radar, but then they just fucking exploded
Yeah.
with the God Hand album.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that shit was like on repeat,
That shit's
literally on repeat.
that shit's relentless. I was listening to it last week. And I think it's my favorite album by them. Like I like their. I mean, I can't call it new. It's like 4 years old, but it's like I don't know. There's just something about the sound of that album. I think they nailed it.
Yeah, dude.
But man, I've been looking forward to some new stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a fan. I gotta look his name up because I
And,
forget every
and I
time.
know they're
But
working on a new one. It's just a matter of like there's so many projects I've been looking forward to, like this new Adam D and Howard Jones album, like that's taken forever to come out. I'm like, just give us a song.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
what what about Chasen in Brand of Sacrifice? Like badass drummer.
Oh yeah,
He's a
He was
monster, dude.
he's burning the masses, right, Sean?
yeah, he's not in there anymore.
No,
He's in
he
another
was,
band
but he
now.
was the Faceless also.
Yeah, the Faceless, and now he's in
Yeah,
a band called something Night.
yeah,
It
I've seen.
it's like a tech death band, kind
Yeah,
of
I've
like
seen some.
In Furry, that type of band, but that similar
Yeah, I
sound.
like that band. I like Inferi.
Hell yeah. Well, lots of
I've never heard of him.
Flasties.
No? Oh yeah,
No.
it's kind of yeah. It's I feel like it's the guitar playing of like Sean said, like tech death, but some melodic death too. But the vocals are more death metal to me. Does that make sense,
Okay.
Sean?
Yeah, if you look up their label, it's called the Artisan Era. Like they have all these tech death bands that are just insane. Like I don't know where they found all these bands, but it's like at least 20 of them you look up and they're playing like this necrophagist guitar style where it's like it's techy and there's modes and
I love that
sweeps
guitar style,
everywhere.
man.
Me too. It's so satisfying to
Yeah,
watch.
I
Like it's
cannot
like the
do it.
Zenith Passage, dude. Like they are
Yeah,
like hands down so fucking good and they're so technical and tight. And then when I
yeah,
see the guitar player do it in real time, I'm like, you guys are the real fucking deal.
right.
Like it's
Right.
crazy.
It's sometimes I watch. I'm like, why do I even try? Why?
Right, right.
Dude,
But then
you're telling me, man.
I
Makes me want to
remember. I'm
quit.
like, oh, that's right. I'm a rhythm guitar player. So that
Yeah.
I
I
like.
know my ones, I know my zeros. I'm good.
That's
Yep,
it.
I'm
yep.
good. That's all I need.
As long as I'm having fun,
Yeah.
Speaking of, so what is your go-to instrument when you're writing your most current stuff when it comes to low tune, genty? What are you picking up?
Always picking up a seven string and I tune it to either drop E or drop F. I
Okay.
have it in drop F when I'm playing shows because I play with this other band called Illusion of Solace, and we do a lot of like Philly shows, like Philly, Maryland, kind of like East Coast area because that's like exactly where I'm from. Like I actually live on the border of like where Hockessin, Delaware is by
Mm,
chance? It's like right near Newcastle, like
okay.
Newcastle, kind of Wilmington, Delaware.
never
I
been to
know
Delaware.
Newcastle for sure.
Okay, yeah. I'm like north of Newcastle by about like 15-ish kind of minutes. I'd say like more like 20. But I'm sitting on that border, and dude, I can go to shows in Philly, I can go to shows in Maryland, we can go to shows in like, like Reading and Reverb kind of area, which is closer to like Pittsburgh. But
Oh
the
hell
reason that
yeah.
I was saying that is because Illusion of Solace, when I'm, playing shows with them, I have my guitar set up in drop F. And then when I'm at home and I don't have shows to play, I'm always in drop E. And I always make sure to either have like a pitch shift on standby. I do neural DSP. So like I have the quad cortex, but a lot of the tones that I have in Logic are what I use too. So yeah, it's kind of like a little mix of everything, but to answer your question, yeah, definitely a 7 string every single
Yeah.
time.
And I
What's
take
the
it.
scale length on your
I was
7?
gonna say it's got to be a baritone. So
27.5.
Oh, that's good.
27.5, baby.
You know, I have 2/8,
5.
and my 1/8
Here's my baby.
is a 28 and 5/8, and then my other 8 is a 27-inch scale. And I'm
Yep.
like, man, I have a baritone LTD, the Arctic Winter guitar 7 string,
Oh, nice.
and that's a
Nice.
27-inch scale. And I'm like, I like drop E on my 8s. And I'm like, man, I could just run a little heavier on my 7 and do just the same on the 7. So I think I'm gonna do that next setup for sure. It's in drop F right now, but
Yeah, that's the fucking move, dude. I have a baritone. I have a hot boss. It's 28. I think it's 28 or it's 28.5. So it's a
Woo.
long motherfucker.
yeah,
But I noticed that when I have like kind of slinkier gauges on it, like it sounds good. But
yeah,
lately I've been messing around with like an 80 gauge, but I'm playing like drop D and it's
yeah.
like too slinky. So like I feel like and the reason I bring this up is because when you're doing like scale length comparison, like I swear all of my knowledge leading up to this point has not been from baritone. Like I've always played like 26 scale length. So a lot
Mhm.
of the gauges that I'm used to using for strings apply to all the guitars that I played my whole life. But then when I have this baritone, I think that it's all gonna fucking just carry over very nicely and easily. And it doesn't. I have to blow through like tons of packs of strings because I just can't get it right. But
Yeah.
I just ordered some from Stringjoy, so that's my plan this weekend is to eventually restring it. But yeah, baritones are really cool, really really
I'm pretty
fucking cool.
happy with Stringjoy, man. Sean and I were just talking about how you can do these custom sets, and I was talking about just like string tension, how it'll calculate, like I'll use AI too, like how to balance my tension out and say, this is what I want to tune to. I'd like to run an 80 gauge for my low E, or whatever, But yeah, Stringjoy, or what's the other company that is big with custom it's with a K,
Cabela or
Callium or something like
yeah,
that,
like
or
you got Kalium, you
Oh,
got Labella, you got the String Source. I
oh
just
yeah, String Source.
uh,
Yeah, I've heard
I
about
haven't
String
heard of that one.
Source.
Okay.
Does Diodario do custom?
yeah, they just
Yeah, oh,
started.
yeah, they just started, didn't they? With
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, dude, you know what? I hate to say this, but I've never been a fan of the Ernie balls
No,
ever.
I haven't either,
No,
man.
I
I think very early on, maybe when I was like 13, I probably bought some just because I didn't know. But
You
then
didn't know any better.
yeah,
Yeah.
then I got into like Pantera, and I think I switched over to DRs for a long time, which sounded good, but they would lose their brightness really fast, I felt like.
Yep.
I think they make really good bass strings, but like the guitar strings that I've used, that like it's like the pitch stays good for about a week, and then like the strings are just dead.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I tried their Cobalt, and like I got like this texture thing. I don't like that powdery feel on my strings. Like it feels like they're gritty, and like
Yeah.
I don't know, my hands are already really acidic, and like I have to consistently clean my strings, and like when ugh, no,
Yeah.
I like
Dude.
just a slick string. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stringjoy is my favorite so far. And I like
Me
that
too.
it's like a
Me
local,
too.
I get them quick.
Yeah, Stringjoy is awesome. I love Stringjoy.
Yeah.
Big, 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 big
I've even
fan.
dabbled with some of their picks and stuff. I like some of their
Yeah.
I think if I have one laying over here, but I'm gonna call it like their version of a Jazz 3. But
Oh yeah.
it was, I don't know if it was acrylic or something, but it doesn't wear
A-
very fast.
Actually, Connor, your buddy that is releasing those IRs, he's the one that told me about the string source, and he couldn't he said they're like his favorite strings because like of how they sound. And
Yeah.
I put in like a custom order. It's like $25. I'm like, oh. I
Yeah, I
was like,
know.
I gotta think again about this.
You gotta commit. You gotta
Yeah,
commit before you spend the 25. No, I feel that.
uh,
I feel that.
cause like right now, like I got Modelo's on my 9 string, and they're like $15, which I thought that was expensive, but like 25, like holy crap.
Yeah. Yup.
I'm still
When a
battling
dude,
on
normal
string gauge with
Diodario
the
packs are
90
what,
now.
like 12? Maybe like
Yeah,
11 or
Right.
12?
yeah.
Yeah. It's a big jump.
Do you have anything beyond 7 string? You got 8, 9, or
I had an 8 string for the longest time, and I have one of Kenny's 8 strings. It's a Legator. The only
okay.
reason I don't like it very much is the fret, what are they called? Like the bars, like the metal bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what like the poles, I don't know, the fret poles. But like the construction of the guitar, like you know how they're usually supposed to be like kind of rounded off so that like
Yeah.
when you're playing guitar it's just smooth.
Yeah.
Some of
Oh,
them
like they're not
stick
filed,
out.
right?
Just like dude, by like that much.
Yeah.
Just by like that much.
I
And
gotta
it's
look.
unplayable for me. Like I like literally like I scratch my
Dude,
fingers on them.
I'm just like, so this is a Ligator. I'm just curious.
so like,
These seem like they're filed pretty good, but
And what model is that though?
this is the NF9.
Yeah, it's probably because they gave you a really good model. The model that I have is like it's similar to like an Ibanez Geo.
Oh yeah.
It's like the lowest grade one that you could basically buy. So that's probably why they fucking just nicked it, I
so
Yeah.
guess.
so this
You should
is
just file it yourself.
my
Well, it's not
my
your guitar though,
Yeah.
right? It's Kenny's. He said it.
Yeah, well, no, it is mine, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you're right. I could technically file it myself, and I
Oh
should,
yeah, man.
but
Yeah, Sean
I'm
picked
lazy.
that Ligator up for
Yeah,
super cheap.
it has the same
Yeah.
issue. Like I never used the first fret because like the back of it, like the headstock wood reaches into the first fret, and like your fingers in the middle of the gutter, and like yeah, your finger gets on that
Oh,
nut.
really? Like
Ah,
the heel up by the nut is.
Yeah. So like when I'm fretting, my finger is digging into that nut, which if people don't know about
that's what
guitars,
she said.
yeah, if people don't know about guitars, probably like what fingers and nuts, what?
Well, my finger goes in the nut. I'm just fucking with you, dude. That's
Oh,
so
that's
funny.
funny. Yeah, Sean,
But
didn't you trade for that guitar?
Yeah, I had a really bad experience with an eight string Ibanez. It was the
really?
one Andrew Dana he toured with, and it was like silver, is a multi-scale, beautiful guitar. But
Oh, I know that one. Yeah.
and I had
Yeah,
it.
what was that, like 2024 model or something, probably? Or
Yeah, it was
I think so.
1400, and I had our friend Dave set it up like 3 times, and he's like, "Dude, send this guitar back." And I'm like, "I can't. It's past the 6 months. I can't send it back." And for the love of God, we could not get the fret buzz out of it. Like it was so bad, like to the point where the next step I was gonna have him take the neck off to see if it was seated properly. And I'm like, "Nah,
Damn.
I'm trading it."
Yeah. It's not even
there was
worth it
some
after
other
that point.
issues that guitar had. Like I felt like because it was multi-scale too, and it was like where the paint of the headstock went into the fretboard, like they did like a shitty transition with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. There's a huge gap between the yeah. It was just usually Ibanez. Like I've never had issues with, and I was so shocked. I was like, wow, they must have sent Dana a good model.
Yeah, right.
I've
They
asked
probably
him
did.
though, so I had issues with another brand guitar, and I'm on my third one actually. I've sent two of them back. The first one, the frets, I had like I don't know, 20 thou shim would slide underneath the frets. They were literally rising out of the fretboard. And so I've talked to Andrew Bana a little bit just on Messenger, and he had the same guitar, and I'm like, he's like, dude, he's like, I've never even had a setup on this guitar. I've had no issues. I'm like, get out. I'm like, what are the odds that I've had so much trouble with this guitar. And it was like a signature series guitar that was a decent amount of money. And but I'll have to say the third one I got, like the company did work with me. It took a little bit of persuasion, but because they, if I'm sending my third guitar back, they're like, "Oh, what's this guy doing?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
"No, for real." Like I'm watching the humidity in my room. So third time's a charm. It's a good one now.
Nice.
So shout
Yeah.
out to that brand that I choose not to name for
Yeah.
helping.
I know. Finding the right guitars, finding the right strings, finding the right scale length. It's just a journey, dude. It's such a journey.
Yeah.
It
You
does
gotta go through
matter,
fucking 10
doesn't
bad
it?
ones.
Yeah.
Like even just the strings alone, or like you said, like I've had a lot of issues with string tension, and I want it a certain way. I'll put the guitar down if it doesn't feel right. I'm like, this sucks.
Yep. And you know instantly. It's
Yeah,
like it's inarguable.
Dude,
yep,
Irrefutable.
it's
yep.
wild because that Legator, it's only 27-inch scale, but I swear I cannot put thin enough strings on it because there's so much tension. Like right now I got like a 62 on there and drop F sharp, and like it's tight. I'm like, what is going on?
That's
Right?
so the 27 is on your low.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
And I'm
That's
in drop
surprising.
F
Yeah,
sharp,
see.
and I can drop that. Like I have my 9 string in drop F sharp, and like it's looser than that. I'm like, what did they do? They put some voodoo on that guitar.
Right.
For sure.
But it sounds pissed off though. I like the sound of that guitar. I took out so the Legator had these active pickups, and uh sl- what do they call that? Switched them out with Kiesel pickups. Kiesel sells their pickups now, so I ordered some of those, and yeah, I'll never look back after ordering their pickups. Like holy shit!
Dude,
Yeah,
that's how I felt about Kiesel lithiums
Oh
for
my
the
god,
longest time.
yeah, yeah,
Some of the best pickups I've used. I mean, bare knuckle pickups are always going to be great, but yeah, dude, Kiesel lithiums were like a knockout of the park for me.
yeah. They're sick. I don't have the lithium though. I had the thorium, and because I wanted something a little bit darker, but yeah, like I just I think I am gonna try out the lithiums one day, but honestly, like I'm happy with what I got, and that's the main thing. Like yeah, it could be better, but with all this ant sim technology, if like there's something about the pickup I don't like, I can accentuate it to get what I want it to sound like out of it. And
hmm
I don't know. I feel like if as long as you're around that ballpark area, like fuck it. You know.
It's true. It's true.
Well, shit, man. I think we've pulled everything out of you. We got a lot of good. We got a lot of good information from you, man. I think
Yeah. No, dude,
I'm
I'm
excited to check
so
out
so
some of these
stoked to
other.
be here, and yeah, and I'm so glad that you guys had me on. Like it's been a blast. Been a
Yeah,
blast
thanks
getting
for
to know you
coming on. When
guys.
Sean
Oh
told me
yeah,
he
man.
was
Thank
talking to
you.
you, I was like, oh, dope. We were pretty pumped.
Nice, dude. Yeah, likewise.
And
Likewise.
looking forward to the new stuff coming out between Pathogen and Tyrant, and you got a lot going on. Uh, you'll have to
Yeah, I'm
like,
excited to share it. I think you guys will love it. It's going to be awesome. Like so
yeah,
heavy, so like intricate, technical, like, the whole nine yards.
Dude,
yeah, please do too. Like even some of the stuff we talked about tonight, like some of your local stuff that you were doing, if you can send me some of that to
Yeah,
check out, because I'll forget.
can do. Yeah, can do. Can
yeah,
do.
I'm always listening to that Pathogen album that's like red and has the skull on it.
Oh yeah, null space.
Dude,
That's a good one.
that stuff. Some of that stuff is like, what is going on?
It's the drummer, dude. He's a madman.
Yeah, he is a
He makes that
madman.
whole project sound as good as it does, in my opinion.
Hell yeah. What's his name?
Mark Eater.
Okay.
EDER.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he would probably love to come on here too. I got two name plugs for you guys.
Yeah,
Two
thank you.
two leads.
Honestly, we appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. No, Mark is cool, but Mark is an interesting guy to dissect because he thinks about time signatures in a whole different way. It's
Yeah,
insane.
for sure.
Hell yeah.
Well, Connor, do you want to plug a couple of your pages before we get off here? Tell everybody where to follow you and
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, so the only two that I would say to follow would be my personal production page, which is literally just CM Audio with an underscore, and
Yeah.
then the Tyrant, which is just Tyrant underscore US. It's that simple. If you find any one of those pages, I link to the other ones. So if you want to find other projects that I'm a part of and whatnot, like it's all over my page anyway. So probably CM Audio would be the best one to plug.
Yeah, for sure. And we might even be able to put something, because we'll in a couple days here, this will be going for the YouTube premiere. So we'll let you
Okay,
know
nice.
on that, and we can add some of that as well. So
Yeah, I try to add
Sweet.
all the hashtags I can. It seems like the more hashtags, the more views, and it's just finding the right hashtags. Like just throw them my way, and I'll put them on there.
Sweet. Yeah, can do. Can
for
do.
sure. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in, and Connor, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
likewise. No,
yeah,
you guys take care.
hell yeah,
Have a great one.
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Connor,
Same.
stick around for 1 second.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I
The
got you.
rest of you, goodbye.
Later, guys.
Goodbye.